Hello guys, this is Dr. Lior Bar-El, and why do I have this little mask right here? Well, I'm actually going to be working on several 3D prints of something along these lines, probably in white or whatever in a 3D print, and going to give them out on the day that I am going to be releasing the mini-series of how to build a Star Killer helmet that you could build also, what do you call it, Iron Man helmets or anything from from the beginning all the way to finished product. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that, and I will be giving it out. All you guys got to do is comment in those videos when it's out, and I will be giving that out, and also a Sub-Zero mask, and also on top of that, possibly a Noob Saibot mask as well. So whatever it is that attaches to the actual, you're going to have to get the ninja mask, and then this thing with Velcro goes right in, or with straps. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'll probably do it like this one. So definitely tune into that. So guys, today I just wanted to talk to you about, karma. So it's kind of funny what the hell's going on right here. So obviously Team Xecuter released a way for you guys to hack your Nintendo Switch. And now, like I told you, you guys know how I feel about it. It might not be the most popular thing to say, but I don't like it because I've seen what it does to systems when you could easily hack it. The Dreamcast, as soon as somebody exploited it, they put those, you remember the self-bootable DVDs. First it was, you needed to get a DVD first, or a CD first, and then you would boot it, and then they had self-bootable ones, and before you know it, Dreamcast went out of business. Sega, it pretty much destroyed Sega. I don't want to see that happening to Nintendo. So, yes, I am a little bit, I don't like the hacking community in terms of that. Now, I understand if, let's say, the hackers came out with ways to back up your games, which Nintendo obviously failed to do that, which is ridiculous because they said September when they shouldn't even be releasing updates, and their stupid ideas of bricking systems by releasing updates without a way for you to back up stuff. So even if you bricked it, whether they did it intentional or unintentional is irrelevant. I really don't care. The point is they did that to the early systems. You would get a new Nintendo Switch, but unfortunately every one of your games that you worked your butt off, like Fire Emblem or anything, would be wiped out like that, and you would have to start all over again. Really pissed a lot of people off that they even sold their systems, which is Nintendo's stupid decisions where you don't release updates till that happens. And obviously there was a huge outcry, and everybody that's an opportunist would take advantage of it, especially hackers. So hackers came out with a way, first the regular way where you get that 3D printed crap that you put inside the controller bin, and now they actually came out, Team Xecuter, with this thing that goes right into the into your dock where you charge, and you basically can you put your USB in through the computer, and you can pretty much hack the living daylights out of your Nintendo Switch. But right now we're entering what I said was going to happen eventually. First off they said, oh, we're marketing just homebrew. Oh, we're marketing this. Now you can actually download games, which people, now look what they're doing. Already they're downloading illegal copies of the games without owning it. Now it's one thing, technically it's legal for for you to keep a backup copy of any game that you have. It's perfectly legal. I heard 24 hours before. There's some court cases that just said we deserve we're able to keep, like I said about the emulators, you're allowed to keep a backup copy, period. So it's not really a lawsuit that they can win. But what happened is if you are found that, and they could put that disclaimer on and it'll save their butts, but you put that disclaimer where if, let's say, somebody is caught in not owning this, they would have a lot of fines and damages, as Nintendo right now is suing a ton of ROM companies, which of course they're going to fail because they have this. If they have the disclaimer on, they're pretty much going to be untouchable. So the thing is, now people are actually pirating games, which is beyond freaking horrible. And especially now, and like I said, the Nintendo Switch, the originals, especially let's say mine, that is part of the Mario Odyssey edition, which is not infected with the bricks and all of that. It was only launch date ones, as I said in the other video, and close to launch date ones. The ones that are like mine that were bought later are not affected by it. No matter how much you try to brick it, you will not break it. In fact, so many people have tried and they didn't. So I'm still going to warn people, just out of liability, don't do it, because you don't want to lose out on your Nintendo Switch. But it's not going to brick due to the update if you use other cords. I've used different cords, different everything. I don't care. And I haven't bricked it. Now I'm using, obviously, good cords because I don't want to risk it either. So I'm not telling people to go ahead and brick your systems. Anyways, so what's happening right now is really horrible because they're right now what's going on. And I know Nintendo's already, very hard on the internet version. So, for example, if you're playing on the net and you're playing online, you're playing all there and against people, and you're cheating your butt off, you're going to get banned. You're going to be completely suspended. But now there's people that buy 2 Nintendo Switches, one hacked one not hacked one. Now, so the ones that are hacked, they're using it still to purchase games like that are not played online, like let's say Breath of the Wild, Donkey Kong Country, and they're going to be doing a lot of these games, and I know the temptation's really big out there. I know so many people told me, Leo, why don't you just hack your system and review every damn game for us online? I just don't feel right about doing it. I opened up an honest channel, and I like to keep it honest. And yes, I'm not a millionaire. I have a job. This isn't my job, and I'm self-funded, and I know it's hard. But I go out there. I have a friend of mine that works in a game store that I don't want to announce because I don't want to get him in trouble, and he gets early releases, and I actually see it, him playing it and doing that, and that might not be a real straight thing to do either. But I'm not. I buy the games that you guys want, and I review the games that you guys that are new. I actually get to play it, get my hands on it, and then I let you guys know what I think about it. But mostly, I get the games that you guys request. So if, based on the magnitude, and I get that. And the temptation is high. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to lie to you. And I think a lot of channels out there probably do that. I just don't feel right about that because I opened up this honest channel to give you guys honesty, but to give you something that is robbing people and creators of their money. I mean, I did some stuff when I was younger. I did, I released a lot of let's say 3D models, and I do right now with my 3D printer. And I know I know people are stealing it. I know people are distributing it illegally. And it kind of sucks because you put all your hard work and energy, and we're all honest people, and then somebody goes in and steals the rest of your thing. Now, we're not just talking about Nintendo stealing from Nintendo itself, but we're actually talking about, the stealing from developers. And it all comes down to this, because the developers will get called, let's say, for a part 2, of whatever game if the sales are high, if there's a demand for it. But if everybody is downloading it illegally, they tell them, well, the sales are low, and then that the developer's screwed out of a contract. And I just can't do that. I can't have that in my conscience. I'm not that kind of person. So that's the reason I don't do it. And now the hackers are getting, what's coming to them. So basically, the pirates are pirating the pirates right now. So they came out. Now, the thing is with the Team Xecuter, they actually released a sort of like a bug or a way to control it. So if anybody is stealing something, it actually goes against, it goes against your prod info or something like that. And then your, what was it called? The NAD. Oh, yeah, the NAD, if you don't have a NAD backup, you're pretty much screwed. It bricks your system, and it's irreversible. Okay, so they came out with their way because basically you're downloading a payload that screws up everything. But trust me, the pirates are going to eventually pirate the pirates. It's what had been happening all the time, even when I remember when PlayStation emulators came out for the computer that charged, what was it called, Virtual Console or something, I forgot what it was called. Not Virtual, yeah, I think it was called Virtual Console, like what Nintendo wants to market, but it was actually called, I think, Virtual Console, some kind of crap. I don't remember that much about it. And what happened is the hackers hacked them. Bleem, if you remember, was one of the best PlayStation emulators out there. Hackers actually successfully hacked them. I bought it. I actually bought it from CompUSA, a company that went out of business right now. But I remember I used to love that place. And I went over there and got it from, it was CompUSA. I bought it from there. And then afterwards, I saw it was released in mass as hack. And I said, let me get a backup copy of it because I had the actual CD. I probably still have it somewhere here. I definitely have it here. Give me a sec. Sorry guys, I love this. I just found it. I mean, it's like God made it happen. So I got Bleem, and I had a PlayStation, and I wanted to play it with high resolution on a freaking computer. I also bought Bleemcast for the Dreamcast, because as you can see, if you remember, you guys remember this, the resolution was much higher using anti-aliasing, and it looks freaking incredible. So it was freaking awesome, and I still have it, as you can see. Not kidding, I actually buy these things. And I saved up a lot of money working in a pizzeria that paid me nothing, and I actually bought it, and as you can see, Windows 95 and 98. Oh man, I wish I worked on this, but you got beautiful PlayStation emulators right now as well. And I went ahead and got me this. And afterwards, I downloaded the hacked version, and it worked the same. So the pirates are going to eventually pirate this crap. And before you know it, they're screwed too. Now, here's the thing. I don't have any respect for Team Xecuter because they basically took code that is open source. And I don't care what anybody says. It's the damn truth. They took it from open source, hard workers who are doing the coding for them, and basically took that and used it and are selling it, making money, which is illegal in every way, shape, and form, which I think the people of the open source, whatever, if they weren't paid, I don't know if they were paid or not, they could actually sue them for this, for damages, to be honest with you. For anything like that. So I think it was a real shit move on their end to come out with something like that. I know a lot of people like the hacking community. And look, I am all for hacking if it was for memory or homebrew. I really dig that, especially back up your games that you originally owned. But I think as hackers, you know, right now, yes, Nintendo screwed over their customers by a lot of lies, from virtual consoles to lying to them about how to charge things, and possibly they deserve it. Maybe there is some karma in there against them as well, so maybe this is a good thing. So I'm not going to prejudge. I don't want to judge them for anything like that. But the thing is, right now, they're actually marketing open source code that they pretty much modified or something and made it, you know, specific to them, and now they're selling it. I think that's a shit move on their end, and they're going to, you know, they got to be expecting that pirates are going to pirate them. It's just the circle of life. You screw someone, someone else is going to screw you back. If it's not Nintendo, it'll be them. And I'm sure there's going to be lots of lawsuits, but of course, Team Xecuter could defend that through a disclaimer saying you're allowed to do that as long as you keep a backup copy, as long as you own the original thing. And trust me, they've been fighting this in court forever, since I think even the 80s. And even though before emulators came out, I mean, Nintendo had proprietary chips that you couldn't actually hack at the time. It was very hard with their chips and all, you know, everything that they put, all the coding and stuff like that. And that's why they also didn't want to go to CDs with the Nintendo 64 and everything. They went straight up to cartridges because it was harder to, let's say, copy. It was a much harder thing. Of course, then people got a little bit more sophisticated and went and did it anyways. The thing is, that's the issue. So you screw somebody else, you're going to get screwed back. It's what they call karma. So basically what's happening is right now, the pirates who try to pirate the pirate are bricking, a lot of people that are using that are actually bricking their systems. And it's an irreversible brick. Now, what do? Are you going to give it back to Nintendo and tell them, your warranty is screwed? You can't give it back to Nintendo because most likely Nintendo will know you screwed with, with hacking. They already put that in their disclaimer when they updated their warranty and basically said, if you guys hack any blah, 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 and it's found to do blah, 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 we're not going to take it back. So basically, in a nutshell, you're screwed. So again, ladies and gents, what I got to tell you is very simple. Is it worth it to attempt to screw even with Team Xecuter? Is it worth it to get a system, a way to hack? Now, I understand also, I'm going to say this even though I don't agree with it. If you can't afford games and you're getting them just because you can't afford them or whatever, like if you're in high school or college or whatever and times are rough and you're doing it, I totally get that. And to be honest, you're not affecting the business in any way, shape, or form because you wouldn't buy it anyway. So I get that, but it is wrong. And I remember that in the PSP days, everybody's guilty of doing that. You know what I mean? And but the thing is, it's wrong. It just, I don't know, maybe it feels wrong to me. I don't know what to tell you. But the thing is, always remember, if you do have a little bit of money to give, invest in the product, invest in the developer. If you have even an issue with Nintendo for lying and screwing their customers over, don't have the issue with the developer. If there's developers out there that are not Nintendo, as you can see, it's all about supply and demand, especially with Nintendo right now. It's all about demand. If they don't see a demand, all these companies, they're always, even EA said, we want to give you a year and try you out and see how the heck you're doing. But if they see no sales coming in for a certain game, they're not going to come out with another game. Like, if Doom didn't sell well or Wolfenstein didn't sell well, Bethesda would not give any, anybody wouldn't give their games to be ported to the Nintendo Switch because they would say there'd be no demand for it. And before you know it, the Nintendo Switch will still have their games as a Nintendo, but it'll turn into a Wii U. And we all don't want that to happen. So I'm totally against this, and I think that people need to look at it that way. If you guys have two different Switches, then go, you know, if you want to do that, go ahead. If you want to do it, that's your thing. But always buy the game. I think you'll just feel better about it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm like that. And you know what? I'm going to continue to invest in them. So, you know, in whatever games you guys request, because I want to encourage growth in the Nintendo market. Okay? I want to encourage growth in the Nintendo market. So I'm hoping it's going to work out. So anyways, let me know down there, down in the comments below. I definitely want to know, do you want to hack your system? Don't tell me if you are or not. It's irrelevant. Do you feel it is right to hack your system and to, you know, to get games illegally? Or are you using, you know, or is it good because it's for saving reasons, backup copies, and that? I just want to know what you guys think down below. If I'm talking out of my butt here, or if I'm making any sense in that. But right now, this is the news that's going on. It's really funny how it's like dog eat dog. You know, it's kind of funny, to be honest with you. So, anyways, definitely tune in. You know, to my other mini-series based on your request. Every Sunday, I'm doing how to build a gaming computer on the cheap, and it's ongoing, as you can see in the playlist. After that, it's going to be how to build a Star Killer helmet from beginning to end, and I'm going to show you with paint and everything like that. And then, what you guys' #1 request, which is going to be the third mini-series that comes after that, is how to build a gaming / post-production desk, which I'm on right now, which I'm going to show you guys after. That it has anywhere of a retail value between $900 to $1,500 that you're going to build for a little over $300, or a little, if you add a little bit more, a little bit over $400. So be sure to tune into that. As always, guys, self-funded here. The only ways you guys could show love for this channel is by liking, sharing, subscribing, and hitting that bell button. But most important, I want to hear what you guys have to think. I'm not a channel here that likes to just spit out crap. I give you guys honest reviews, but I also like to hear feedback, what you guys think. I want to know what the community here, this is our channel. That's why I came out with this channel to begin with, because I was sick and tired of bullshit channels of these guys who make videos and get paid to tell you things are good, like WWE 2K18, when they were speeding up footage and telling you it's the best shit ever, when it ended up being the biggest piece of garbage that ever existed on the face of this earth. It's because of things like that. When I used to be screwed as a kid and growing up, I wanted to come out with a channel that give you guys honesty. That's why I don't take funding from anybody. I'm a self-funded guy, but I also like to hear your comments, because this is your channel as well. And I want to hear your comments and what you guys think, and let the community grow. Share the information. Even if you don't want to share the video, share the information, so people won't make mistakes in getting bad games or bad products, as I do technology reviews and everything like that as well. So, you know, be sure to always share that with people and get the info out there, because, you know, right now times are tough and we don't need to be screwed by any BS reviewers. So definitely comment down below. Let me know what you guys have, what you guys think of all this. Have a good one, y'all. Take care.